Hey there, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 lessons that I've learned from my April budget so far. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, then just keep watching. So this is kind of going to be a walk and talk where I just let you know some things that have been happening in April, how that's affected my spending so far, and what I've learned from those things. So my last video, I posted a recap of my March spending. And even though that was something I said I wasn't going to do, it's something I think is important for being accountable and kind of being aware of my budget in general. I found it actually really helpful. So if that's something that you would like to see more of, then let me know, because that's something that I may end up doing more of and being okay with. Overall, I think what's more important is not so much the numbers as what I'm learning from the numbers and how I am making adjustments to the numbers to kind of help my progress toward financial independence, and using a plan to assist with that. So that's what I'm going to be talking about, the lessons that I've learned from my budgeting as opposed to just the numbers. So I'm outside today. It is gorgeous. It's 70 degrees and I'm trying to keep moving just to get those activity points up. I try to do at least 30 minutes a day. And that's kind of one of the first lessons that I've learned is you are what your record says you are. Regardless of what you think you are or what you'd like to be, you are what you've done. And on one hand, that can be a little bit frustrating, but on the other hand, that's very empowering. I specifically have been applying this to health. So again, to recap, the first lesson I've learned is you are what your record says you are. the Bill Parcells quote. And what I've learned from my budget so far is that I can have these grand plans, but what really matters is what I do with them. So far in April, we've done just kind of the normal traveling that I have been doing lately, where I'm going back and forth between Manhattan, New Jersey, and Delaware. I'm in Delaware right now. And I find that while I love all 3 places, some of that travel, a lot of travel, I mean, if you've done it, you kind of know that one of the challenges is in packing, at least for me, and in having the things that I need. So I have learned to be, I've learned through trial and error to be really strategic about what I pack and what I have with me. And I've tried to get the packing down so that I have more of what I need with me and can access it quickly. It's kind of one of the bigger challenges, but again, it's something that I'm learning. For example, I forgot my earbuds in New Jersey, so I'm using these corded headphones. I also went online and tried to purchase a new pair of earbuds that didn't work out, but I'm like, I use money to do that. So that's lesson number 2, is that money is power. And I'm learning that money is so many other things than just dollars, right? It's units of freedom, it's planning, it's execution, it's brains, it's time. Money is time. But ultimately, money is power. And it gives you the power to decide what you do with your time. So lesson number 2 is that money is power. From my April 22 budget, that's something that I have learned for sure. And it really encourages me to be very mindful about how I'm using my units of power. So lesson number 3 is something that I learned continually, and that's take control of what I can control and not worry about what I can't control. Release what I can't control. So that's another one that I will continually keep learning over and over again, because if I can't control something, I don't want to spend time thinking about it. And really the only thing I can control is myself and my own actions. And ultimately that means doing the things I can with what I have and not what I want from someone else. And for the most part, that isn't really a problem, but where it really comes out is in deciding to take the actions that I need to take for myself and dedicating time for myself to do the things that I need to. For example, this week I sat down and I took actually 2 hours to think and to plan and to research and to set out a strategy to start to build a business, start to grow, start to move forward with my own brand. So that's something that I have decided to do kind of on purpose. So to recap the 3 lessons that I've learned so far from my April budget. Number 1, you are what your record says you are. Number 2, money is power. And number 3, control what you can control and don't worry about what you can't control. And that's really it. I would say those are the top 3 lessons I've learned from my April 2022 budget so far. And that's where we are. It's been just kind of a standard month. On the personal side, the traveling's been good. We've been able to see family members that we haven't seen in a long time. So that's a positive thing, I think. We have also kind of had some opportunities to do some good stuff. I went to the Sixers playoff games, which were amazing this year. So that was a lot of fun. And again, more importantly, I just feel really happy to be able to be with family. And for sure, it's an extra expense in just having to be in a new place, but I love being down here, so it's totally worth it. But it's things like having to buy the food and the drinks that I like. For me, it's unflavored seltzer and water and fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and protein. Those are the things I really try to get into my diet at all costs. And sometimes it really is at all costs, because again, it's a new area. It's a different area. It's not new. Been down here tons of times before. So it's just an adjustment. We also, I rented a car to help, just to save some miles on my normal car, so I don't need to, ideally we can delay some bigger repair costs. So that's that for travel budget, for a travel expense in my budget, transportation expense. So it's another, it's something else we're needing to spend, but totally worth it to be here with family. So that's where we are so far in April. If it's something that you would like to watch, let me know, and I'll look at posting my April budget recap. I will link to the March budget recap as well, just to kind of let you know where I am, and also my 2021, my financial independence update. So you can see where I am in progress to my financial independence goal. So there you go. That's my April 2022 lessons that I've learned from my April 22 budget so far on the journey to financial independence. So thanks so much for watching, and love that you keep watching. Would love for you to keep watching. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Take care. Bye.